Hello, and welcome to Autumn Willow's Doll Nursery. Tonight, we have with us the fabulous Filbert the Frog and the ever so sweet little Velzy. You would have seen Velzy here recently. She's the newest baby in the nursery. And today was supposed to be a very different video. So, I had pre-recorded almost all of the videos that you would have seen this month, and then they were scheduled to go up. And I left today empty because I thought by today I would have in everything I would need to bring to you something new in the nursery. But according to a ton of shipping errors and all kinds of mess, none of it is in, and so I'm just gonna have to kind of tell you about what's going on. So at the beginning of this month, when I filmed the Monster High repaint video and showed you pictures from my old dollhouse, I got the itch again. I got the itch for another fashion dollhouse experience. And I could not shake the itch. So I've got this in the back of my mind. I would love to be working on another dollhouse. It would be so fun to collect a doll similar to what I used to have with the Monster High repaints and stuff. Well, I was looking for some baby hats. I looked at Walmart, they didn't have any. I looked on Amazon, and I couldn't see any that I really wanted that were at a decent price. So I thought, well, I'll go on to AliExpress or Temu and look for some doll hats. And as I was looking, sometimes they will send you, or like put things in your feed that don't match what you're looking for. And this time they had put this little doll. I had never seen a doll like this before. It was a strange little doll that had a bigger head and a smaller body. And it was just a cheap, little Temu thing. Or not Temu. I think I was specifically on AliExpress. But I'm sure they have them on Temu as well. And it reminded me of kind of like something Japanese flavored. Kind of like the Japanese fashion dolls. Kind of that are somewhat like an anime doll. Which I have seen in passing but I know nothing about. And that's what this reminded me of. And I was thinking, oh my gosh, how cute would it be to have a doll like that and then make a dollhouse for it. And it would definitely scratch that itch that I'm having. So I thought about it for a couple days. And it was called a BDJ doll. Now, I did not know what that meant. I assumed it was probably either the initials of the company that makes this little doll, the manufacturer, or it's what, the just initials that they gave this type of doll. I wasn't sure. And I bought it without even looking it up. And all that it said was, BDJ doll 8th scale 17 centimeters. Which is under 7 inches. So, I got it. I ordered it. And I thought, maybe I could make a little dollhouse out of cardboard or something, around here. I've made houses out of cardboard before. Not the best. They definitely aren't lasting. Unless you thicken up the walls of your cardboard and all of that, which I never did. But I was considering using something like that, just something cheap to rig up a dollhouse. And of course something small because I don't have a ton of space. But the cool thing about all of this was, so I order the doll knowing nothing about it, and then I see another collector that somebody that I'm familiar with that has collected reborn dolls and silicone dolls, and I follow her channel, and she started showing a very similar doll on her channel, and it just happened to pop up in my feed. And I think I'd even missed a couple of her first videos talking about what she was doing, so I had to go back and look. But it's Lighthearted Life and Collectibles. And I've always enjoyed her channel. But this past month has just been so busy, I've not been able to keep up with a lot of the channels that I watch. I'm behind on a lot of videos. So, but anyway, one of her videos happened to pop up, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's a very similar doll to what I got. She is getting out of collecting Reborn. She's selling her collection, and she's just going to be collecting these little dolls. Now, the ones that she got are called something different. She didn't call them BDJ. She called them OB11s, which I have no idea. No idea. I just know they look similar. That's all I know. And hers came from an artist. And mine came from AliExpress, which instantly, the moment she said she got hers from an artist, I was like, oh my goodness, is this another authentic versus replica thing? Because I had no intention of diving down that rabbit hole again. I just saw what I thought was a cheap little Japanese doll. Never dreamed it would have been an artist thing versus a manufactured thing. And maybe it's not, but hers look very similar to what I got, and hers are made by an artist and mine isn't, so now I'm panicking. I mean, not that I just, you know what I mean? I have replicas, right? And it's just one of those things where I wasn't trying to get in another one of those, in the middle of one of those arguments over a different style of doll. I had no idea. It was just a little, I thought I was getting some cheap little doll that had nothing to do with anything, right? But it has been pretty cool getting to follow along with Lighthearted Life and Collectibles as she's going on a similar journey to what I'm going to be going on now, with putting together a dollhouse, and her little tiny babies are just absolutely adorable, and she's setting up the cutest little house to go along with them, and she's talking about all her plans, and she's introduced us to all the dolls and gone over like their details and everything, and it's been so cool because I had no idea other people were collecting dolls similar to this. So now I'm starting to go down the rabbit hole with it. And so first I had to look up, what did the BDJ mean? That I assumed that it was just the company, like I said, the company initials, or maybe that's just what they were calling these dolls. I wasn't sure what it was about. Come to find out, it just means ball jointed doll. So like ball jointed. So I was wrong about that. See, I just had no idea. But apparently the OB11s are also ball jointed, so I don't know why they have different names. I still don't understand any of that. But I'll go ahead and show you. They were supposed to be in. None of my stuff's in. So I'm just going to have to show you a picture of what she's supposed to look like, the one I ordered. And who knows, I may not even get her, because, you know, it's one of these China companies. There was a whole list of different style dolls like this. I may not even get the one I ordered. But this is her. This is what I ordered. We'll see if that's what actually shows up. Somebody else complained that they had picked out one of these dolls and got sent the wrong one. So, okay, maybe, I mean, who knows? I thought about naming her Azumi Hana, but I don't know. Maybe that's just a work in progress name. I have no idea what I'm actually going to call her, and normally you can't really tell until you get a doll in hand. So I started thinking, if I get her, I'm going to want to put her together a little house, because that's kind of what started all this to begin with. So I've been thinking about it, and my first thought was the purple cabinet that you would have seen in the Mysterious Forest. I keep the majority of my stones, my collection of stones and crystals are in there. So maybe you would have seen that. I thought I might be able to turn that into a little dollhouse for her. But the two bottom shelves aren't very tall, so maybe not. It may not work. But I'll show you a picture here of that cabinet empty, because I do have it empty right now. Because you guys know, when I did that video talking to Lexi, I realized while I was filming that my bookcase was leaning to the side heavily, about to fall. And, which, I've already been through this before with a shelf that fell that had crystals on it. Some of them broke. It was tragic. And I was like, my entire collection's about to go down right now. So I had to quickly, here's the shelf. I had to quickly, thank goodness I had another bookcase just sitting out in the garage. So I took everything off this purple shelf, took all the crystals out of it, brought in the new bookcase. And I haven't put anything back in it because I was like, well, maybe I can use that for the dollhouse. But I don't know if it's going to work or not. I may just end up putting the crystals back in it. But I did find a dollhouse at Goodwill, super cheap because the top's busted on it. But I'll be able to fix it. But it may not be tall enough, because it was made for LOL dolls, which are like 3 to 4 inches. So these are not very tall rooms here. You can see a little bit of my lamp next to it there, and you can tell the rooms are pretty small. So I don't know if it'll work or not. I may just redo this and sell it on Facebook Marketplace. So I may not be keeping that. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. But this video left this Sunday open to share with you all the things that I got the little doll, and then you can find stuff for dollhouses and miniatures on Temu and AliExpress, and there are places that have really good deals on there, and you can get some of the miniature things for 50 cents or pay $10 and get like 30 pieces of miniatures for a dollhouse. So that is one of the best places that I've found to try to get stuff on the cheap. But I was hoping, again, this video was supposed to be me showing you all of that stuff that came in, and it has not come in yet. So we're just hanging out. Mr. Filbert here in his emotional support bear outfit. He is just so stinking cute. And little sweet Velzy in her, this is a high chair, like a little high chair seat. It's just the seat. It doesn't have legs on it. And I have the tray off of it right now, just kind of using it as a booster seat for her. But we're just here hanging out, enjoying life, and waiting for our things to come in. I am very anxious. I was hoping to already have things together. You know, pretty much already have the dollhouse done by now. And here nothing's even come in yet. Very disappointing. And I just as I was filming this video, I got a notification on my phone. One of the pieces that I had ordered, apparently they don't have it anymore. So they just refunded my money on it, which it was, like I said, it was super cheap. I think it was like $1.50 something. They refunded me because they don't have that piece anymore. So I just hope that things didn't get lost, because it has taken so long to get everything. I mean, it took them forever just to leave China. I don't know what's happening. So I'm just hoping things come in. And I don't have things get lost. Especially when you're ordering miniatures. You know, these packages are going to be teeny tiny, and it's going to be something easily lost. in the mail, especially coming from another country. So I hope not. But I really hope that it all works out, and I hope you guys enjoy seeing something new on my channel, because this will be something you have not seen yet. We have not put together a dollhouse, and you've not seen any small dolls. I'm still gonna have a variety of things on my channel. There's still a lot of stuff that you haven't seen. I think next, sometime soon, I would like to show you my 80s toy collection. It's really small, it's not big, but I do have a few things from the 80s, and that would be fun to show you. And I would like to show you my stuffed animals too. I have a small stuffed animal collection outside of Filbert. Filbert's probably my favorite out of everybody, but I did get rid of a bunch of stuffed animals not too long ago. So it's not as big of a collection as it once was. I'm trying to be minimalistic. It's been difficult having the things because it's kind of a story. When I used to have the big dollhouse, and I couldn't keep it because we were downsizing into a camper because my husband got transferred, and we had to move. We had 2 weeks to move. We could not find a house that soon, so we moved into our camper. I loved our camper. It was more of like a tiny house. It did not look like a camper. It genuinely looked like a tiny house. And I didn't want to go back to a normal house. I enjoyed that. But then we had the mold issue, and we had to move quick. So we got this house. So there was a lot of stuff I couldn't keep. I downsized quite a bit at that point. And I wish this house had one extra room, because then I could have all of my stuff in that one space. But right now, like I've told you before, it's scattered between 2 rooms, and then I also have stuff still out in the garage and stuff on the back deck, and it's not temperature controlled. So I have had issues with condensation in the totes. Multiple times. Jeff and myself have put our fingers into Black Widow nests because we have quite a few Black Widows hanging around the joint. And thank goodness we've not gotten bit or anything. None of our animals have gotten bit. But it has been stressful. It's been very stressful. And we also have the broad-faced sac spiders, which are also poisonous, and their fangs carry a very dangerous bacteria, and so they can be deadly to people with low immune systems. So it's a whole sketchy thing when I keep getting spiders in my stuff. Just yesterday, or the day before yesterday, I brought in Filbert's tote of clothes and stuck my finger into. I think she was dead. I don't think she was still alive, especially with the temperatures having got down as low as they did. But it still scared the bejeebus out of me. It's just the whole thing of having stuff out in storage is stressful. I keep finding myself bringing things inside. And now I've got the inside cluttered up with stuff. So it's not good. It's not good. I need to sort something out. I need to figure something out. I wish there was a way to store stuff outside, temperature controlled, and bug free. Because even the totes, The spiders keep making nests up in the tote handles. And then the condensation issue. It's just the whole thing. If anybody has suggestions, tips, tricks, I am totally open. I need assistance. And I do try to keep the clutter down, and I do go through my stuff and get rid of things because I don't like clutter. But at the same time, when you have multiple interests, like, you know, collecting dolls, stuffed animals, 80s toys, it's a lot. It all adds up. The Lee Middletons, the Cabbage Patch dolls, it adds up, and I need better storage solutions. And genuinely, we need a 3-bedroom house instead of a 2-bedroom house. We even looked at one point at using the attic space. Right now, there's no access to the attic except from the roof on the outside. And you gotta crawl through like a little vent hole. But this house used to be a 2-story, and they, for some reason, cut off the 2nd story. But there's still some space up there, and Jeff even looked at, like, did we have enough space to turn that into a doll room, and then just add stairs up to it, but he said we really didn't, because of the way the roof slants. But we are trying to sort some things out, and I did find a dollhouse on Facebook Marketplace for free, so I could get that. But like, even at that, like, where would I put a dollhouse right now? Do I have space? No, I do not. I am thinking about there are shelves that you can get that are like doll, like shadow box style shelves that you could make a dollhouse that hangs. And I thought about just seeing if Jeff could make something like that, and these small dolls could have a hanging house. And I think I could rig up some space for that. So maybe that's an option if the purple box doesn't work. I need a drink. Water is so good if you get the right tasting water. Chef's kiss water. I gotten to where I can hardly drink anything else. Everything else just makes me thirsty. So I've been enjoying water, and I've especially been enjoying the pH water that Walmart's been carrying in the jug. This is my favorite. Oh, it is the best tasting water. Not a fan of Primo water, and that's what Jeff gets. But I'm not a huge fan. It kind of has a weird taste. And I don't know if you know this. I just want to throw this out there. Sidetrack here for a second. So Jeff used to be a truck driver. And at one point he was even owner-operator. And he used to do pickups for a company that sells water. I will not mention their name because they could probably get us into trouble for saying this. But Jeff he was talking with some of the guys. He was there to pick up water. And he was talking to some of the guys, and they brought him inside the facility, and they were filling up bottles of water that you buy in the store, just tap water. It was supposed to be safe, filtered, fantastic water, and they were just using tap water. And then it goes into your Walmart store. Oh, look out, kids. You cannot trust. You just cannot trust. Nope. And not just Walmart. These are in just about every store there is. So, just fun fact. Know where your water is actually coming from. And I've wondered where Primo actually comes from. Is it genuinely filtered water or not? I don't know. But the pH water at least tastes really, really good. So I'm assuming it's some kind of filtered water. And it's my favorite. But anyway, back to the dolls. Do you guys collect any of these I don't know if you Asian, Japanese fashion dolls, odd doll, I don't know. If you guys know stuff about this, I do not. And I've tried looking into some things and I just end up getting more confused with the different versions of what. But I am trying to learn a little bit, and I'm hoping this works out. I even bought her a couple little outfits because they had outfits on sale. And I think the majority of the outfits I got were around $1. Can't beat those prices. And I did look before getting this doll. I did look at the new Monster High dolls, and I just wasn't vibing with them, so wasn't feeling it. Maybe if they were repaints, I tend to like the repaints better. But I really liked the idea of this little tiny, well, not super tiny, but just a smaller doll. And like I said, with Lighthearted Life and Collectibles, the little ones that she's got are close. I think they're close to the same size as what I'm getting. Maybe a little bit smaller. They look so stinking cute. And I have seen where you can make them yourself. Like paint their faces and stuff. You can buy like blanks and paint them and then put wigs on them and whatever. I'm kind of tempted to do that. Kind of tempted to get into that. It looks like it would be easier than the Monster High because I did struggle with painting the eyes. And with these, you know, they have eyes that you insert. So really all you're doing is painting the makeup, which that wouldn't be that difficult. So I may even get into that one here. We'll just have to see. I need to learn a little bit more about what even this is so I know what's up to get. Because it seems like there's a variety of different sizes of things. So that means you're going to have to be specific about the wig size, the eye size, and all that jazz. And then clothes as well. Seems to be, because there's all different sizes, you have to be careful about what you're getting clothes for. But I'm excited to try something new out. I'm excited to be putting together a dollhouse again in some way, shape, or form. We'll see if maybe I get the free dollhouse on Facebook Marketplace. Maybe I use the purple cabinet. Maybe I use cardboard and like layer up the cardboard. But I hope you've enjoyed this, and hopefully I'll have something to show you again soon. Thank you for joining us here, and I'm going to say to all of you, bye for now.